Hey, what's up guys? Douglas from Bike School here, and I wanted to give you some advice on grinds. So you've got three grinds. You've got the feeble, you've got the double peg, you've got the Smith, and there are very common issues that everyone has when they're learning these grinds. And I'm gonna tell you what they are and how to avoid them. There's a gnat in my face. Teach you everything that you need to know.
Take you to the next level.
Now first you're thinking, look at this guy, he's got his helmet on, he probably doesn't even grind. And well, I don't very often, honestly. Like I have pegs and I grind sometimes, but they're still fun. They're still fun, and there's still a trick that you're gonna learn as you start progressing and as you start getting better at the bike. This is a very entry-level street trick and a really fun one to do at different skate parks. Nick does not have pegs, but Nick can still grind. So anyway, so the feeble is one of the most popular ones because honestly, I think it's a little easier to get into than a double peg. And some of the common mistakes is one, you cannot steer while you're in the feeble. Like you cannot stay on the ledge long enough. You get into it and either your back peg slips off or your front peg slips off. And the reason for this is your chest is not over the bars. You need to have your chest over the bars because that puts weight down on your front tires and it helps you balance. There's a certain position that you get into when you're holding a feeble for a distance, and it always involves the weight a little bit over the bars so that the pressure's on the front tire. If you're leaning back really far, you can steer to the right and it's not going to engage very easily. It's not going to move your peg back. If you steer to the left, it's not going to move your peg around. And sometimes you want to be able to shift that balance by shifting where your front wheel is. So if you're having trouble sticking into the feeble and having a nice balanced feeble, ask yourself, is your chest over the bars? Now the second common problem with a feeble is people land and their peg immediately blows off. I did this on purpose for the video and I almost died, so I can tell you how much not fun it is. It's not fun, and if this is happening to you, you probably want to fix that pretty quick. And what people are scared of is getting their front tire too close to the coping or the corner of the ledge. So they're gonna hop into it and they're gonna put their front tire really far to the right. And this causes like an off access on the bike, and the chainstay hits the ledge with the peg and there's not much peg gripping on the ledge. So when you hop into the feeble, you've got to have a certain level of control and you've got to purposefully put your front tire really close to the corner of that ledge. That way you're getting all of the peg on the ledge and not just a teeny tiny little bit. Now double pegs are a little bit harder, but this is one that a lot of people jump into as soon as they can. And one of the common issues here is the pegs slipping off. This is if you're doing it on a ledge, you jump onto it and you grind for 2 centimeters and then your pegs slip off. You haven't really figured out the balance point, but the biggest issue here, how to fix that, is getting all of your pegs on the ledge. If you're only hopping in a little bit and getting half of your pegs on the ledge, your body is gonna naturally tilt so that your tires hit the ledge and you're not fully grinding on the ledge. So hop in a little bit further, make sure you have hub guards so that you don't ruin your spokes, but you wanna hop in all the way so that your whole peg is sticking to the ledge. This is gonna allow you to stick to the grind a little bit longer. Now the second common problem is a little more common on rails, but it also applies to ledges, is people not being able to control their balance. Generally with the ledge, you can stick to it because your whole peg's there and it's just like a squared thing. You know, your wheel and your pegs make a square this way and the ledge makes a square this way, so it's a perfect fit. But on a rail, you don't have that, and it does require a lot of balance. So when you're hopping into it, you want to hop on perfectly straight. You want both pegs on in that corner that the wheel and the pegs make. And then from there, you've got to figure out which way to shift your weight to stick to it as long as possible. Here in this video, I hopped on and I leaned way too far to the right. And so to fix that, I hopped on and I leaned way too far to the left. So you've got to do this and mess with it to find that perfect medium so that you can stick on the rail and then make slight adjustments to keep that balance. Now the third one of the most complex basic grinds is the Smith. And this is really hard because naturally your back tire is rolling off of the ledge and your front tire is trying to go forward and your front peg's holding it on there. So getting a long Smith is kind of complex and most people aren't able to do it. So the way to fix that is to swing your back wheel out a little bit further. So with the Feeble, you wanted your front wheel very close to the corner of the ledge. With the Smith, you want it a little bit farther out, because when it's farther out, that allows you more time on the ledge doing the Smith before that tire gets to the end and wants to pop off. So if you're having trouble getting a longer Smith grind, hop into it and throw that back wheel out a little bit further, and you're going to be able to Smith grind a lot longer. When you're learning grinds, if you're absolutely stuck somewhere, consider joining Bike School, becoming a Bike School member, so that we can give you real-time feedback on your attempts. We can look and see exactly what's going wrong and give you tips on how to fix it. This is why we're able to help people progress so fast. Anyway, get out there and work on those grinds. Let me know in the comments which of these 3 grinds is your favorite, and we'll see you in the next video. Boop-a-doop-boo.